All right. There we are. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So, how is everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is well. It is Friday. Just looking at something, sorry. I hope everybody, like I said, I hope you had a good week and the weekend is here. So, I do have an announcement. I'm going to save that for a little bit later in the stream. Huge announcement. You guys are going to be shocked when I get to that point, but we're going to wait on that for right now. But before we get started with everything, I'm going to just ask everybody to please be kind and decent in the chat. Have a good chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here because we are not going to tolerate it. So, fair warning ahead of time, just so everybody knows that, we need to be kind to each other. All right. So obviously, we're going to be talking about inflation hitting 8.6% in May. According to their statistics, it's 8.6%. I'm sure in reality it must be much, much higher. Um, but that's the highest level since 1981. Okay. Gas and oil prices, no surprise to anybody, in the last year, it's up 106%. All right. So that's, nobody's surprised by that. So it's it is not a good thing. 1,500 thumbs up tonight. I don't know about that, but that would be all right. Yeah, so already we got 208 people in here. We're only at 76 thumbs up already. So let's jump on that right away, if you would. That would be awesome, and I do appreciate that. So obviously things are not going well, but according to Joe Biden, the economy is doing fantastic. Did you? I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm like, he really must be absolutely completely delusional. I did see something too that he said, because they can never take personal responsibility. Is that a TV or a fireplace behind you? Fireplace. I don't have a TV in here. There's spots that you can mount TVs in here. I won't have a TV in here, guys. So that you'll never see a TV in here. Guarantee that. I gave up TV 8 years ago and have not had one since. Have no desire to have one. Will never have one again. Uh, let's put it like this: my grandfather had the perfect terminology for televisions. He called them an idiot box. He said because if you watch it long enough, it will turn you into an idiot. We can see that completely to fruition today with our society. So, yeah. So he wasn't wrong. So, but anyway, so Biden says today the reason for the high food and gas prices, he's blaming Putin now. It's Putin's fault. But we got to remember, before Putin ever got into office, it was high before then, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, there's Philip is in the house. Good evening, Philip. So it's just, again, another politician trying to pass the buck, trying to blame somebody else and not take personal responsibility, or do something about what's going on. And I realize that Biden is a figurehead in name only. We have talked about this before, guys, so we're going to talk about this again. Who truly runs the country? When I talk about they, a lot of times, who runs the country? The ones that run the country is big business. I've talked about this before. Your banks, big pharma, okay, the insurance companies, the oil companies, and people like Bill Gates, the Waltons from Walmart. Those are the people that run the country. They have enough money and they have enough influence that they can influence whatever they want to influence, and that's what they do. And there's actually people behind the scenes that have been in business for a long, long time that they're not going anywhere. They're the ones that truly run the country. So yeah, those with money run the country, Anilaki. You're right, 100% right. And that's that is a true statement. So I was going to read this to you, and I want you to listen to this, and this should really make you understand. I heard the truckers are going on strike, no money for gas. Wouldn't shock me. And it is. It's like it's gotten to a point of ridiculousness for them to try to run. But so anyway, listen to this statement and tell me who runs the country. All right. The Federal Reserve just reported that corporate profits are up 25% across the board. So all corporations, big business in the United States, their profits are up 25%. Right now, we have the highest inflation in 40 years and the highest corporate profits in 50 years. So the big businesses are making a ton of money, right? Well, look at big pharma. What I think I said this in another stream. In the first quarter, I think they made $37 billion in profit. Think about that. Think about that. And where did that all come from? That all came because of this, right? We all know that. I mean, that's, no surprise. That free thing that they were giving out from everybody, but oh yeah, the tax dollars of the American people paid for it, right? So yes, yeah, DJ, Big Pharma makes them. Yep, absolutely they do. So in each one, you had Mordella, J and J. You had all the different ones that had their own spin out there. So, but this is the way. I mean, this is the way it's been, guys, for a very, very long time. I want you guys to remember something, and manipulation is a huge, huge part of everything. Okay, so I can remember, and some of you that are a little bit older can remember this as well, when people were really upset with people like Jamie Dimon with JP Morgan, right? Making huge, huge money. These CEOs making ridiculous money while they were cutting people's benefits, cutting their pay, saying that we needed more money for the company. But yet these guys, these CEOs were making, huge salaries, severance packages, stock options, all these type of things. They were making huge, huge money. And then all of a sudden, and I believe through propaganda and stuff like that, you're hearing people now say, well, they deserve that. They've worked hard and they deserve that. No, they don't. No, they don't. I will guarantee you this. Guarantee you, any one of us, okay, any one of us out here, if they came to me and said, listen, we want you to be the new CEO of JP Morgan, but we're only going to give you a salary of $250,000 a year. How many of you, in the questions here, guys, in the comments, how many of you would say no to that? How many would say no? Yes or no? Would you say yes or would you say no? Would you take 250,000 a year to be the head of JP Morgan Bank? So yes or no? Because the thing is, these people are making millions, millions. Okay. So no, it's kind of mixed. I'm actually surprised. You wouldn't take a job that was going to pay you $250,000 a year? I think most of you that are saying no would probably actually, when you had to sit down and think about it, free health benefits, $250,000 a year, you'd probably say yes. I mean, yeah, they're crooks, and we're not talking about their honesty or not. We're talking about if you were offered a CEO job making $250,000 a year instead of the millions that these people are getting, most of us realistically would say yes. Okay. Now, my thing would be if businesses are hurting, you want to help your employees and make them motivated to do a good job for you. Why not have still no Ed? They have no life. Well, this is true. This is true. But well, I'll give you a great example of something. I can remember the Xerox company in Rochester, New York. They were doing really, really well. They brought in a new CEO, and this guy literally destroyed the company. I mean, the stock went to crap. It was horrible. Now, you or I, if we do a bad job on a job, they fire us, they get rid of us. But these freaking people, they get a severance package when they leave. They get a severance package. And I'm like, how is that even possible? So, but yeah, that type of job has a lot of responsibilities and headaches. You're right. Yep. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But what the problem? What I'm saying is that same guy, if the peak position was only going to pay a certain amount of money and not millions and millions, they would probably still do it because that would be the best that they could do. You know, um, I have no problem with anybody making money and stuff like that. Hey, Candace, the best things in life are free, but you can't give them to the birds and the bees. I want money. Right, right. Oh my God, that's too funny. Thank you very much for the statement, and obviously been a member now for 11 months. So thank you for that as well. I do appreciate that. Yeah, AI has no responsibilities and no stress. Yeah, you're right about that. They don't care. Sonia says I might do it for 2.5 million. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Well, everybody's got a price. Realistically, everybody's got a price. Um, they've proven that in experiments before. They really have. That they said, well, oh, I wouldn't do this, and you start showing them money, and people will do a lot of things that they say they would not do. So we got 440 in the chat, guys. We're at 164 on a thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you. I do appreciate that ahead of time. And it really does make a big difference with the algorithms. So, again, the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So, I thank you for that as well. I really appreciate that. So I want to show you guys something really quickly. This just came in the mail for me the other day, and I won't say the last name, but Susan and Frank said, "Hey, we thought these would look good on the battery shed and give you some light in the darkness without using electricity. Happy birthday!" So this is from Susan and Frank, and I got two of these, and these are solar lights that are going to be, there's a couple of things here where the screws go, and that will be mounted on the battery room. So there's one, and there's the other. So I want to thank you guys very much. It's very kind of you, very thoughtful. They will be going up very, very soon, and but I wanted to show them on here before I put those up. So that was very, very cool of them. So again, thank you for that. But again, so with you know inflation hitting a 40-year high, well, more than 41-year high. 1981 was the last time it was this high, and again, that's what they're saying it is. I believe personally that it's much worse. I think it everything is absolutely out of control right now. Um, they're having a hard time getting parts and all this type, all across the board. And you look at it, something else I want you to look at too. And China just came out with, and I'm always, guys, I'm going to go on China. I've always been, they are our true enemy. I've been saying that for a long, long, long time. And, you know, some of you don't seem to think that they're the real enemy. I absolutely do not think Russia is our enemy. I really, truly do not. Uh, I believe China is our enemy. China is the biggest threat to our way of life, to be honest with you. They own a lot of this country. They got us, in a tight spot because we rely on them so much for so many of the products that we have because things aren't made in China anymore. I have no issue with the Chinese people. So first of all, let me just say that right off the bat, okay? I have no issue with the Chinese people. It is the people that are in charge over there, the government that's in charge that wants that power. They made a statement today saying uh, China was our ally against Japan. Now it seems reversed. Well, it's it happens. You know, it happens. But you so going back to what was I just going to say here? Hold on a second. I had a point that I was going to make. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see if I can remember. Sure. Thanks for distracting me. No, you guys are fine. I'm just giving you a hard time. Um, oh, China had just made a statement saying that if the United States interferes with what they're going to do with Taiwan, that they have no problem going to war over that situation. So think about that. All right, think about that, because that is actually pretty scary. Pretty scary if you think about it. And if we end up going to war with China, most likely it would be nuclear. You know, not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. And like I said, again, I am so against war. I think there's so many better things that we could be putting our money into, working on making this country better, making all countries better. Realistically, if we took the amount of money that we put into trying to kill each other, you know, Taiwan was handed back to China after the war. Yeah, but right now they're separate. They are separate, and we've said that we would have China's back. It's okay, Hella, it's okay. It's just one of the guys. All right. Um, War's money, and that's what. Nope, Hella is looking out the window because she sees one of the guys. She's been very curious with everybody coming in, so, uh, but she's not used to everybody yet, so that happens. She'll be okay. But Chinese love American food for sure, and we love Chinese cooking. I love Chinese food. Not gonna deny that at all. But it's just there's a lot of underhanded things going on. Has been for a long time. I think honestly, if you want to know who I think um, is a surprise visitors, nope. I will tell you guys in a little. We'll do a little bit. I'll reveal the surprise for you guys. Oh, the shirt. Hold on a second. All right. Land of the free. So, uh, that's okay, baby. You're fine. You're fine. I know. I know. Relax. She's being a tough guy. So, oh, let me do that. Actually, let me text Heather and get a final egg count. All right. So she'll get back to me with that. We're not doing egg count now, guys. It's only 18 minutes after. Um. Okay. I got. She just wrote me back with the thing. Hold on. So today, Becky and Heather cleaned out the chicken coop. So they took all the old uh, compost and everything that was in there. They said it ended up being 20 wheelbarrows full. So they did a good job on that. And I really appreciate that because it's like I was not looking forward to going back to New York and having to clean out the chicken coop. So it was something that they took care of. And um, Ed, has Heather seen the pictures I sent of Delilah in her head? Yes, John. I sent that to Heather, and I also let her know that you said she could use that you said that she could use that picture for advertising for on her channel. So she said to tell you, thank you very much for that. So yes. All right. So what we'll do now, real quick, guys, I will tell you the surprise. The surprise first. The surprise announcement. You're all going to be shocked. I've been saying this for a while, and I'm actually going to show you. See that there? That is when we get to that point in time, the shout out point in time. That is the list of people or channels, that huge long two sides list of channels that I will be doing shout outs for. Now, some channels will be not on there. There is a reason for that, which I will not get into because I will not bash another channel on here because I don't think that that is productive. But certain channels will not be getting shout outs, and there's, like I said, there is a reason for that. But yes, I actually sat down today and I said, you know what, I'm going to shock these guys, I'm going to blow their minds, I'm actually going to make a list. Now if there's a channel that you like that I don't mention, if you want to put it in on the side when we get to that point today, uh, that's fine. And if I like them or dislike them, I may add them and I may not. So we'll just do it from there. But I sat down, I put a list together, and you know, we're gonna go from there. So I finally, yeah. How long have I been saying I got to put a list together? I got to put a list together, and so I finally did. So so there we are. So when we get to that point, you know, you will see that list, and there we go. Uh, Certain channels, and I would just put it like this: there's certain channels that I will not do shout outs for because I believe that they do too much fear mongering. And so if you are not hearing certain channels, that is probably why. And you will know who those channels are. You already know. I don't even have to tell you who those channels are, and you know who I'm talking about. So, but again, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to give this guy a shout out because he does too much fear mongering. Not going to do that. Okay. But if you don't hear them when I do the shout outs, then you'll probably know why. All right. So we'll just leave that at that. So, but so there we are. All right. So what do we got? We have 587 in the chat, guys. We're only at 227 on those thumbs up. Again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate that. It really does make a difference. Big difference with the algorithms. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time for doing so. I appreciate that. All right. So, like I said, obviously, there is a huge problem with inflation. Janet Yellen, right? She actually came out and admitted she made a mistake. Wow, what a shock. Hard to believe. It just, the level. Okay, so it's one of two things. All right, and in the comments, I want you to tell me it is what you believe. Okay, um, it is either the most incompetent administration that has ever been here. Okay, ever. Worse than Jimmy Carter type of presidency, or it is being done deliberately. So if you think that it's being done deliberately, yes in the comments. If you just think that they are completely incompetent, no in the comments. So yes is deliberate, no is no is well, either just put deliberate, yeah, both, right, or incompetence. Yeah. So most people are saying, yeah, all right. Yeah, I think it's a combination of both, but primarily, deliberate. That's just, an opinion. That's not trying to spread false information in any way, shape, or form. But controlled demoni- controlled demolition. Somebody said, like when they take a building down, when they pull a building, when they put the charges in a building, and it comes right down on its footprint. That type of demolition is what you're talking about. I think I've seen that before. I believe I have seen that before somewhere. I don't remember where. Don't remember where, but I do believe that I have seen a controlled demolition done before. Not on one building, but two, somewhere. I don't remember where. I'm not going to say anything because I don't ever want to be accused of spreading false information because I would absolutely not do that. But yeah, I've seen that. I've seen those controlled demolitions. Like you ever see like in Vegas when they do that, when they got the whole building and they got it, those old casinos. and they bring them. They come straight down. It's a very very cool thing to see. So, but anyway, we'll just leave that where that is. So, but uh, so anyhow, I don't know, just something I was thinking about, something in my head. So, but yes, I know what you guys are saying, but I'm not talking about any certain event. I'm just talking about I've seen that before. So I've seen that before. That's all I'm talking about. So I saw another building over in what was it like Malaysia or something like that that burnt for 3 straight days, 3 straight days, and did not collapse on itself. I thought that was quite interesting as well. Thought that was really interesting. But what do I know? Who am I? I'm just a nurse. That's all, you know. I take care of people. I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. So the smart people tell us what we need to know and what we don't need to know. It's 4.89 for gas here in Waterloo, New York. Wow. And that's with them lifting the gas tax. I went yesterday, went out in gas here is up to what was it, 4.74. I think it was up like 14 or 15 cents like overnight. So yeah, yep, crazy. 49 in Western New York. Okay. Yeah, what are you got? Yeah, let's go. Let's do that. What's the gas prices? Because I don't, like I said, up in the area where my place is up in New York, I have no idea what it is up there right now. But down here, it's 4.74, I believe. 5.04 in Maine. 8.86 in Victoria, Canada. Wow, that's insanity. 5.10 in Ohio. 5.20 in Nevada. 5.19 in Western PA. 5.89 in Frankfort, Illinois. Wow, $5 in Denver. Crazy. Do you ever think you would 8.77 a gallon here in Newfoundland? Wow, that's just nuts. That is you guys up in Canada are getting way screwed worse than we are. But you got your, Trudeau to lead you. Oh my God. Well, he is a drama. He was a drama teacher. So drama is definitely his middle name. I've never Now he's competent, okay? I will give you guys that. I mean, we have an incompetent president, but you guys at least Trudeau is competent. But man, is he just a master manipulator and just so full of crap. Um, Scary, very very scary. In my humble opinion, that's just my observations. But uh, yeah, great hair will only get you so far in our country. Oh my God, that's funny. Well, he's a good looking dude too. He looks like his father, Fidel. Did I say that out loud? Oh, who am I talking about? I don't even know. Oh my gosh. I thought his name was Mr. Sprinkle Socks. Oh my God, that's freaking hilarious. Oh, yeah, spitting image, angry homesteader. Yeah, you are not mistaken. You are not mistaken. And are you having a get together in New York this year? I missed it last year. Actually, I talked about this in the last live stream, guys. I'm not going to be doing a get together this year. I was really kind of going back and forth about doing it, but with everything that's going on and me having to run back and forth from New York to West Virginia, I am not going to, unfortunately, be able to do one this year. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, skip it. I just got way too much going on, and I just really don't have the time. There's a lot of things that I need to take care of here, and I'm trying to facilitate down here and get things going down here. So, I just, as much as I would like to, and I really would, it's just not going to be able to happen this year. So I do apologize for that ahead of time. But Yeah, and it's just I'm trying to continue to get as ready as I can down here, trying to put as much infrastructure in place, trying to get things squared away. It's never ending, absolutely never ending. So, but make it a work it together, get a bunch of free hands. I really don't want a whole lot of people knowing exactly where I'm at, to be honest with you. So that is one of why I wouldn't do that either. So but most likely next year I should be more squared away. And hey, I'd take a little time to ride your cycle. When I get back to New York, I will definitely be on the bike when I get back to New York. I'm going to put some miles in because unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the shipping container back here before I leave this time. And it's going to be a couple of weeks before he may be able to get the shipping container back in here. So I'm not going to be bringing my bike down, um, you know, this next time. So probably I'm hoping when July comes that I can get the bike back in, bring the bike down here. So Ed, please use your GoPro to video yourself riding the ATV. I could probably do that. I could probably do that. I have to figure out how I'm going to rig that up because, well, actually, my GoPro right now is up in New York, so it's not going to do much good down here when it's up there. So, but yeah, like I said, it's funny because it's like I'll need something here for whatever project that I'm working on. I'm going crap. That stuff's in New York, and it just keeps happening over and over and over again. Ed, are you loading the shipping container in New York and having it truck down to West Virginia? No, the shipping container is down here, but it's out at the road right now. It is actually completely empty right now because I don't want to put anything in it because I have been warned by you guys on YouTube and stuff like that about people that will come up and they will have a roll off and they will take the entire shipping container. So, that I don't want to have happen. So I'm actually going to be bringing the shipping container back into the property so that you will never see it from the road, and then it'll be in a safer situation, and we'll be better off that way. Then I plan on filling it up. So, so until I get to that point, unfortunately, it kind of like stymies me a little bit of what I can bring down. So my next trip down, I'll probably just basically I'm not going to take the trailer up to New York this next time. So I'm just going to load up what I can load up in the truck. And I can get a pretty decent load of stuff in the truck, don't get me wrong. But that's what I'm going to do this time. So, Ed, are there Amish near you? Old fashioned barn raising in the house would be a nice way to go. Affordable, they do awesome work. Um, eh, I This area here, I don't know if there's Amish in this area. There's got to be, but yeah, like I said, if the realistically, folks, this is the deal. Okay, I am not a rich man. I don't have unlimited funds. I know some of you may think that I do, but I don't. Until my property in New York sells, I don't have the money to build anything right now. Now, I could, if I wanted to, put some stuff on a credit card to build something that way, but I don't want to put myself in that situation where now I have a huge debt load that I'm trying to pay off month to month. I don't even want to be in that situation. So, you know, how's your garden, trees, and bushes? Did you get them all in on your property in West Virginia? Lori Goldsmith asked that. Not everything that I want to yet know. Well, the ones that I bought, the bushes, yes. The blueberry or the red raspberry bushes are in. The plants are planted. All those things that I bought are in. There is obviously a lot more uh, that I need to get that I will be getting. I definitely want to get a lot more fruit trees, obviously, and start getting them. And there are 3 Amish communities in West Virginia. Okay, all right, but until my property in New York sells, I'm kind of stuck. And if that's the case, let's say, I mean, worst case scenario, the property in New York doesn't sell. I've already stated I've spent my last winter in New York. I will not spend another winter in New York. Now, if Becky and Heather want to stay in New York over the winter, they are more than welcome to. I will not be there. I will be down here. So, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And so, if we get closer to fall and I'm like, okay, now I'm kind of crunched for time and I got to get something built to, you know, I live in the camper over the winter? I absolutely could. Okay, I could box it in underneath so there's no wind, but it would cost me a fortune in propane to keep this thing heated. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is build a smaller building, something that I can come into the camper, I can cook, do what I need to do that way in the camper, have a wood stove in a little building, and have a place to sleep and those type of things. So, I would use a combination of both places. Uh, you know, is Heather going back to school? I don't know. In New York, they are forcing the kids to get this if they want to be in school. And so she has no intention of doing that. And I don't want her to do that. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens down the road. Will you do meat rabbits? When I am down here, guys, full time, okay, when I'm living in West Virginia full time and I don't have to go back and forth to New York, I plan on having the chickens here as well. Obviously, I'll bring the chickens down. I do want to do meat rabbits. I want the rabbits for a couple things. For meat, number one, for their poop because that's great for the gardens. The bird or rabbit poop is probably the best thing that you could have for your gardens. I want their hides so that we can make things out of their hides and those type of things. I also would like to get goats, for milking and stuff like that as well. So there's a lot of things that I want to do, but I need to be here full time to be able to do it. I can't get animals down here right now as much as I would like to, other than Miss Hella, who's with me. Um, because I can take her back and forth to New York with me. I can't take chickens and everything else back and forth on every trip to New York without having somebody to take care of them. So, but no, I definitely do plan on getting rabbits and utilizing them, and so that is part of the game plan, longer term, looking at the longer term situation. But I want to try to get to a point where we are as self sufficient as we possibly can be. So that would mean, like, you know, once I get a root cellar in and we can control that temperature and, make sure that we're keeping it nice and cold down there and sectioning off part of it and turning it into an underground freezer with no electricity, then I want to get pigs every year and raise them up all year and butcher them in the fall. Maybe me and the group members we go in on a cow or something, and buy a cow and have it butchered and and divvy up the meat and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of options that can be done, and I think that that's a good thing. But there's a lot of things that have to be done. There's a lot of planning that's going to go into everything, uh, you know, and that's kind of where we're at. It's just any animal I have as a pet, I won't eat them. Sonia says. Well, the thing is, it's like if you're getting rabbits, you'll have you'll have two does and a buck, and those can be your pets. And then what happens is when the babies come, you just don't get yourself attached to the babies, and then when it's their time, it's their time. So you do what you have to do. I'll tell you right now, SHTF happens. I have no problem doing what I got to do to my chickens to make the flock a little bit smaller, keeping the younger hens and getting rid of the older hens. I would do what I have to do. It's a different circumstance at that time, and so hello, Ed. In West Virginia, a conservative state, and what if anything bothers you most about West Virginia politics? West Virginia is a very conservative state, and I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. They just shot down. They're not going to do the red flag law here in West Virginia, which I think is great because, listen, In certain circumstances, I can understand why they would want to do a red flag thing, but I think it's used is another tool to disarm people because the wife is pissed off at the husband for whatever reason, right? And if she goes to the cops and says, "I'm scared. I think he's a danger to this and that." I'm gonna give you a great example of this in a second, okay? And this happened to somebody that's a good friend of mine. It happened to their friend, so I don't know the person directly, but I'll tell you that story in a second. So then they come in with no due process. They take away the individual's guns, and then you have to go to court and go through all jumping through hoops, get a lawyer, and fight to get your weapons back. That's wrong, especially if you did not do anything wrong. If you didn't hurt anybody, you didn't make any threats to anybody, that's wrong because somebody's pissed off at you that they can say, oh my God, he's a danger and he's a threat. He needs to be red flagged. Great example. My buddy's friend, his wife got pissed at him. They were in the process of divorce. She got pissed at him. They did an arrest on him. He spent a week in a psych center, right? Week in a psych center. They took away all his guns. He had done nothing wrong. He had not threatened anybody. Now, circumstances are different in every case, obviously. You know how long it took him to get his guns back? And I'm going to, in the comments, guys, in the comments, how long do you think it took this gentleman to get his guns back? And he did nothing wrong. And he had to go to court. He had to go before a judge multiple times. So, how long do you think it took him to get his guns back? In the comments. So, I'll give you a chance here to get your guesses up for that. Okay, if you had the same guess as Dave 4096, 1 year. It took him 1 year to get his guns back, which is ridiculous. It is nothing. Hey, King James, thanks for the answer. GI with all your ventures. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. But there's no way. If this guy, I could see, made threats, was going to threatening to hurt somebody else or threatening to hurt himself. But when he did none of these things, and he ended up spending a week in a psych center, it took, yeah, oh yeah, probably just the guns. I'll bet he didn't get the ammo back. I'll bet he did not get the ammo back. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, they like to do that little trick too. Just yeah. All's the red flag law, and again, strictly my opinion. Strictly my opinion. I'm not trying to get political or anything. It's a gun grab, is what it is, because you can be accused. It's just like, guys, the reality, the court of public opinion, right? So you're accused of a crime. All right. So you're accused of something, and until you prove yourself innocent that you didn't do it, you could be completely innocent. You're going to be judged by society. They're going to make their judgment. They're going to decide if you're guilty or not guilty, and they're going to stick with it, and they don't care. A great example of that, right? I want you to, and I'm going to use this individual because he was a famous individual. Look at OJ. Now, OJ, who basically was doing his thing, um, there's been accusations. We don't know if it ever happened or not. Nobody else has ever been arrested for the crime. He was accused of killing his ex-wife and her boyfriend, all right, the guy she was dating. So both of them ended up dying. Part of society said, yes, he's guilty. Other part of society said, no, he's not. Okay. They did the whole big trial, and they did the big fiasco of all this type of stuff. And because he had cha-ching, he was acquitted. He got away with it. If he did it, he got away with it. I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying, but in the court of public opinion, half the society said, absolutely, this guy did this. The other half of society said, nope, nope, he didn't. Okay. Realistically, there's three people that know for sure. Well, actually, if there would be, it would be four, but three people know for sure if OJ did it or not. That would be OJ himself, his ex-wife, and the guy that got killed. Now, if it wasn't him, the fourth person would be the one that actually did it. So those are the people that know if he did it or not. So, and like I said, again, that's just an example of, you get accused of a crime and you could be completely innocent. I've seen guys that were accused of rape. There was a football player that high school football player, and I don't remember the whole. He wasn't famous, or he was a very outstanding athlete, right? Was accused of rape, ended up going to prison for like 5 years, and the girl finally came forward after that 5 years and say it never happened. It was all a lie. And here, this poor guy, his life had been destroyed. He'd been convicted of rape. He had spent 5 years in prison. His window for football to play football was done. No college, none of that type of stuff. And his life had been destroyed. These things happen all the time, all the time. So, whenever you see somebody accused of something, it's not necessarily the truth, but it's what they put out there. Like, you can be set up. You could be set up. A good example. I'll give you a good example. And I don't know if this guy did it or did not do it, but I have my suspicions that it was propaganda. Okay, this is my suspicions. David Koresh. All right. Oh, we'll do egg count, guys, in just a minute, Jen. I'm on a roll here, so give me a second. So David Koresh, head of the Branch Davidians in Waco, Texas. Everybody knows that whole story, right? All these families were there, and supposedly David Koresh was sleeping with all the women. He was supposedly molesting the children and all this type of stuff. That's what they put out there to discredit him, to make him look like a crazy person and all this type of stuff, And then they even accused the Branch Davidians of being the one that set the fire. Now, like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know. But when you are trying to cover things up, you cover things up with more lies to perpetuate what you're trying to put out there as the truth. Um, why would, and this is just a question, why would, after, what was it, 28, 29 days, whatever it was, why would you kill yourselves all off by fire? Does that make any kind of sense? Yeah, Ruby Ridge is another situation. He got a big settlement on that one, though. There was no settlement for Waco because they killed all those people. So that's just, again, those are things. But when they try to discredit you and make you look like you're an evil or bad person, I have a hard time believing that the number of members that were Branch Davidians were so brainwashed by this guy, okay, that were so brainwashed by this guy that they were going to let you just sleep with anybody's wife because he was the guy that they, thought was, he was their leader. That's ridiculous, Yeah, the children were all killed too, exactly. But yeah, it's just to each their own. Like I said, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying that it did happen, but it doesn't add up to me. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't add up. So anyway, let's go ahead on with egg count. And I do apologize. I definitely got on a roll. Well, Jonestown. Yeah, well, that he was a wackaloon. He was an absolute wackaloon. And there was a lot to that situation as well. A lot of those people were forced to take that Kool-Aid. But yeah, that was a crazy situation as well. Okay, so yes or no, egg count, and yes or no. So I'll give you this hint. Yesterday was 11 eggs, and yes, thick neck laid yesterday. Okay, so I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses in, and we will go from there. And while we're doing that, guys, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, again, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And I do appreciate that. Again, it really does make a difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. And I thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed, please make sure you hit subscribe and hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right. If you had the same guess, and a lot of you had the right guess today, just so you know, but I'm going to go with one person. If you had the same guess as Prepper Mama with 10 eggs today and no thick neck, you are correct. And a lot of you had 10 eggs and no. So good job. But Prepper Mama is the one that's winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, but yeah, a lot of you had it right today. I was looking, and I just had to pick somebody that had it right. So yeah, Angry Homesteader. Actually, Angry Homesteader was the first one that I saw that had it right. To be honest with you, but I'm like, I think I've called you before because I think you've been right before. So yeah, Jim Jones even killed a visiting congressman. Well, that's who they killed first. They killed the visiting congressman and the people that were on that plane, and then they went back and, he forced everybody to, he manipulated them. But that was a religious cult. I know that they're saying that the Branch Davidians were a religious cult as well. They very well could have been. I don't know. How many hens do you have? 16 hens and one rooster. Yeah, Jonestown was really messed up. I remember that like it was yesterday, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Hey, there's Asif is in the house. You said you weren't going to be here tonight, Asif. I'm glad you came though. That's cool. But yeah, Jonestown was a freaking mess. That was a horrible, horrible. And who the other group there, the other group of wackos. Oh god, they were Haley's Comet was coming. What was their group? And they all killed themselves. They all had their Nike sneakers on and the blankets over them. Oh god. Stargate. Yes, thank you very much. Those wackos castrated themselves. Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate. Yes, Heaven's Gate. Sorry. Yeah, Heaven's Gate. Yeah, they were nuts. They were really, really nuts. But again, it takes all kinds. It takes all kinds. Yeah, they were going to catch a ride as Haley's Comet, I believe, is what it was. They thought that was, yeah, Nike, just do it. That's so funny. Yeah, they were some strange folks. But well, you get different people that claim that they're the Messiah. They're going to get people that are going to follow them. I mean, that's reality. You know. So the Hell Bob comment. Yes. Okay. Yep. 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 So, but oh well, Y2K. Well, you look at 2012. All these people thought, yeah, Scientology is just as bad. Really, you're right. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Like I said, there is more manipulation a lot of times done under the guise of religion. It's really sad, realistically. It's really sad. The gun bill the House just passed prohibits you from taking your gun apart to clean it. Oh my God. Uh, it, it's never going to happen in the Senate. So, and here's what I love. This is what I love, guys. Okay, so the House can pass whatever they want. They're not going to get enough votes in the Senate. It's just not going to happen. But what I think is hilarious now the Democrats are like, oh well, we need to come together. Common sense, blah 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 blah. You know, your agenda. That's your agenda. So. Prep Rebel said, anytime religion gets brought into the situation, stuff gets weird. It absolutely can. It absolutely can. Well, you look at hold on a second. Protestants were disgruntled Catholics, so they left the Catholic Church. They started their own religion with being Protestants, and so it was just a different group, and they had different ideas. Uh, you know, the Bible can be interpreted any way that you want, any way that you want to, any way that you want different people, 10 people could read the Bible, guys. They could read the same exact Bible verse, and get 10 different things out of that verse. That's reality. So if you're trying to manipulate it for your own agenda, you can take anything out of context, you know. So the shocking announcement was that I will show it once again. The shocking announcement was that I finally, after talking, and talking, I made my list. So when we do shout outs, uh, I actually have the list. So that was the shocking announcement. But I've seen it over and over and over. You look, and I want you to think about how many different religions are out there. How many? Like I said again, guys, please don't think I am bashing religion. I'm not bashing religion. If whatever you believe in, if it gives you peace, I am happy for you. So, having said that, if you look at the number of religions that are out there, uh, there is a ton. I'll give you an example of something that when I was a kid, I wanted to check out different things. So I went to my one of my good friends, uh, really good dude. His parents were part of this church, so I went. I'd spent a weekend there, and I went to their church with him. Well, it was one of these churches, folks, where the people talk in tongues. They stand up and they start, shaking and I'm like 15 years old, and I'm like, what in the heck is going on here? I mean, it freaked me out. I mean, freaked me. I thought they were nuts. I thought they were absolutely out of their mind. So, um, different strokes for different folks. I get it. Whatever, like I said, whatever floats your boat. I mean, that's but yeah, it was just Pentecostals. That's who does that. Yeah, well, it was interesting. Oh yeah, then you got the other ones that use snakes. Yep, they use so. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not bashing anybody. You, like I said, whatever you want to believe, knock yourself out. But I just I had never seen anything like that in my life. Never seen anything like that in my. Jehovah Witnesses don't do that. They don't talk in tongues. But there are, and again, are the Jehovah Witnesses a cult? I believe so. Absolutely. When you have a fringe group, like whatever religion they may be, and everybody else is wrong, and everybody else is bad, and everybody else is worldly, but you and your group are the only ones that are right. You look at that religious wacko family that went around, and that's why the Patriot Guard started, because they were going to the funerals of veterans that were killed. You know, Jehovah Witnesses don't talk in tongues, but they can sure talk. Oh my God, that is awesome. I'll tell you a true story, Candace. You're gonna love this one, and because you said that, I'm going to share this with you. I'll talk with anybody. As you guys probably figured out, I love to talk. I have no problem with that. So one day, Jehovah Witnesses knocked on my door. I invited him in. Come on in. We had a conversation where they broke off the conversation and they left. I never raised my voice at them. I never swore at them. They just, you know, they were not going to sway me in my point of view. And when they came at me with Bible verses, I could come up right back at them with Bible verses. And so, like I said, I love a good debate. I love a good debate. But boy, I tell you what, if you're coming for a good debate with me, you better bring the ammunition because I know what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to religion. So, um, you know, so the definition of a cult is any group that separates himself from mainstream society. I don't necessarily agree with that. Um, the Duggars are their own cult. They're a different breed of family too. Yeah, they're definitely different. Uh, like I say again, to each their own. Whatever gives you peace of mind, knock yourself out. But all these religions that are in the world, but yours is the only one that's right, and everybody else is wrong. I just it doesn't make sense to me. And that's, like I said, if you have a relationship with God before you, the Moonies. Oh my God, I remember. So while you mentioned the Moonies, how about the Hare Krishnas? Used to dance around in the airport with their shaved heads. Remember them? I remember the Hare Krishnas. Krishna with their little bells, the little bells. Remember that? Krishna, Krishna. What, like yellow dresses they all wore, like whatever. It wasn't dresses, but like. But they still exist, I think. Really? Yeah, the bed sheets. Yes, I thought they were like yellow bed sheet type of things. Yeah, robes. I'm well, sorry. They look like bed sheets to me. Whatever. But yes, John Lennon was a Hare Krishna. No, no judgment. So, all right. Now, for the first time ever in doing shout outs, I have my list. So, we're going to do the list. Faded orange. There you go. There we go. Orange is the new black. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. All right, so before we do the shout outs again, I'm going to ask for a thumbs up again. Um, what are we at? 582 in the chat. We got 396 on the thumbs up. Let's shoot for 500. I only got 20 minutes, but let's shoot for 500 thumbs up. So that's 101 to go. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time. Let's see if we can hit 500 thumbs up. Okay, so, and I'm going to read the list as I wrote it. Okay, so number one, Icky Can up in Canada, good friend of mine. I really like him. He's a good dude. So I would ask you to please give him some support. JJ just threw his link up there. We have Angry Prepper with Jason down in New York City. Another friend of mine. He's a good dude. A lot of respect for him. We have Alaskan Prepper with Rudy up in Canada. Along up in Canada is, or Alaska, I'm sorry, Alaska. Alaska as well as Alaskan Granny. Then we have Sean James with the Sean James channel, and he also has a My Self Reliance channel. Two different channels, same guy. Really like what he's doing up in Canada as well. We also have North Shore Preparedness, one of my moderators. He's up in Canada as well. Then we have Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen. We have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. Bizarrizza Jizza is also another guy up in New York, and he does the Carrington Chronicles. So definitely check him out as well. Let's see. We have Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. Let's see. Magic Prepper in North Dakota. Wranglestar, like what he does too. Cody's a good dude, I think. Red Poppy Ranch. We have Survival Lily. Kyle's Cabin with up in Minnesota. I think he's really, really good. Also in Minnesota, we have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods. I like both of them as well. Husband and wife, two different channels. We have Green Greg's. I like him as well. I think he's got some great information that we should be paying attention to. Southern Prepper 1. You have Gray Man Prepping. There's St. Bernard Acres with Joe. We have Doug and Stacy, really, really Stacy as well. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama. The Green Dream Project out in Arizona. The Needy Homesteader. We have Boss of the Swamp. We have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. We have Petra with Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper, Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer, Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist. We have Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands in La Palma. We have Mary Greeley News. There's Adapt 2030, Ice Age Farmer, Ryan Hall, y'all, with the weather. Really, really like him as well. Russell Brand. I don't think I've talked much about Russell Brand before, guys. I may have a couple times, but I really like what the information that he puts out. He really tries to do a debate, and I think that that's a good thing, the way that he approaches things. So I definitely would have you. I know he's a comedian, but I really like a lot of the stuff that he's doing. So then we have Deep South Homestead. Really, really like them as well. There is The Outsider. Another new channel that I just got turned on to, The Fit Farmer. Really cool couple. They small place, and they're doing quite a bit on it. Really, really interesting. I would definitely say check them out as well. There's Prepper Princess, Simple Life Reclaimed, Town Seeds, the Prepared Mine out in California. And so if I miss somebody that you think that should be added onto the list, I won't tell you if I'll add them or not, or if I'll give them a shout out or not. But that is who I have on my list. I sat down today and I was trying to remember everybody that I normally do shout outs for. So, oh, Pinball. You know what? You're right. I did not put Pinball on there. Let me put him on here. I can't believe I forgot Pinball. There you go. Well, now he's on the list. Yep, I did Town Seeds on here. Yep, Town Seeds was on here. East Tennessee Preparedness. Did I not have him on here? All right. Well, I'll add him too. See, that's all right. I did Simple Life Reclaimed already. So anyway, that is it for tonight. The Needy Homesteader, she was on the list as well. So Economic Ninja. All right, I'll put him on here real quick. All right, so that is it for right now. If you think I'm missing somebody, or feel free to email me at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. I would be more than happy to add some more people. I want to definitely check them out ahead of time. But so that's the first time with a list ever. I have been saying that I was going to do a list. Uh, you know, yeah, I did. I did Alaska Granny. She was on the list. So Deep South Homestead was on it. Bear Independent was on there. Yep, the Nomadic Movement. All those guys were on there, guys. So all right, so that is it for the shout outs. But there's there's a lot of channels out there. There's a lot of good information out there, and I think we, like I said again, I believe that we should be supporting each other. Like I said, there's certain channels, like I said again, that I will. Is Monkey Rex on the list? I don't know that channel, to be honest with you. I've never seen that Okie Forge. So if you wanna shoot me an email with that, and I'll check them out. Okay, if you would do that. So yeah, now I just need a forgotten items list from New York, Jen. Yeah, right. Hey, now let's not get carried away here. It's taken me how long to get this list and actually do it. So, but I've been saying forever and a day that I definitely wanted to get the list, and I finally did the list. So, but I know there's a lot of other good channels out there, but I will definitely check that out, different ones out. So yeah, if you have a channel that you think that I should be adding, shoot me an email and I will check them out. And Monkey Ranks does intel briefings on who is doing what. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, fax machine. Do people actually still use those? Oh, Heather's Etsy store. Yes. JJ, would you throw up Heather's Etsy store as well, please? Obviously, Heather is doing Etsy, so she makes jewelry. She also does cat hats. She also does scarves, and she makes hat for. I need a fact checker. Oh my God! What is it now? Now, EV3 Dale, would that be a fact checker that went along my more conservative views, or should I get a liberal to tell me what I'm saying wrong? Oh my gosh. Big Family Homestead, you were on their show. Actually, Big Family Homestead, myself, and one other guy, way back. You want to hear a story? I'll tell you a story. So they had contacted me, and I can't remember the other guy. There was three of us. They had asked me, hey, would you do a chat with the three of, we would do a chat, and we'll promote each other's channel. And I said, yeah, sure, why not? So I did a show with them, Big Family Homestead, and the other channel, and I can't remember. He was down in South Carolina. gosh, I couldn't remember what his channel name was. Um, but anyway, so I did that show with those two guys. Never heard from them again. Never heard from them again. So what they got was they got whatever subscribers that they could glean off of me, and that was it. So yeah, I never heard from them again. Just information, not no judgment on my part. Yeah, Tommy. Yes, Tony Blackmoon. What was Tommy's channel? What was his channel's name? What was Tommy's channel? Do you guys remember what his channel was? Tony Blackmoon. What was his channel? Uh, Gosh, I can't. Oh, I remember. Yeah, John X Army. That's right. Yep. No, I like John. I had no issue with John. John X Army. Actually talked to him a couple times. No, it wasn't Tommy Bites Homestead. No, no. He had. If you guys said the name, I would know who it was. But anyway, yeah, they. I never heard from them again. Yeah, John X Army's not on the air anymore. Well, John X Army kind of went a little bit off the deep end, a little bit. Well, probably a lot of it. Hey Ed, did you ever get your reward? Nope, haven't got the 100,000 subscriber button yet. The only time I know is Adelman Farms. No, that was Off Grid Nation. Maybe that was yeah, Tony Blackmoon. Yeah, Off Grid Nation. Yep, that was his channel. Both of them, like I said, we did the show together. We had a good conversation. I had no issues with either one of those guys. But after that, and then they did that with a lot of other channels as well. Never heard from them again. And I mean, that's a long, long time ago. I mean, I may have been at, I don't know, 15,000 subscribers at the time. I don't remember 100%. I mean, it's been a long time. But no, I never heard from them again. So, yep. And I don't even know if Tommy's channel, Off Grid Nation, is even still on the air anymore. I know Big Family Homestead is still on the air, but I don't know about Off Grid Nation. But hey, it's what it is. It's what happens, you know. All right. So what are we at? 455. The goal is 500 thumbs up here. We're at 496. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up, I would. 5 years ago is when we did that. Okay, I know it was a while ago, but yeah. So, but yeah. So if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Again, it really does help with the algorithms. So thank you very much for doing that ahead of time. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Tommy no longer doing videos. Okay, I didn't think so. I thought he was gone now. It's weird. A lot of the channels that when I first started doing YouTube, a lot of them are gone now. A lot of them are gone. So, but yeah, it happens. So, okay, we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Off Grid Nation hasn't posted anything in 2 years. Well, there you go. Okay, that's yeah. But so we are all over the place. Where is everybody from tonight? We have Rhonda from Dayton, Ohio. We have Tucson, Arizona. We have Philip from Melbourne, Australia. Good day, brother. How you doing? We have Waterloo, New York, Bloomberg, Pennsylvania, Christmas Valley, Oregon, Connecticut, BC, Canada, Iowa, Nowhere, Oklahoma, still my favorite name, Beech Grove, Indiana, Ulster Park, New York, Illinois, Inverness, Florida, with Clyde in the house, St. Augustine, Florida, Michigan, Leesburg, Florida, East Central Illinois. We have Virginia's in the house, Missouri and the Ozarks, South Dakota, Huntsville, Alabama. Roll Tide, baby. Let's see, Western New York. Denmark is in the house. Glad to have you here. North Highlands of California. Trenton, Florida. We have West Virginia with Morning Light in the house. Troutsville, Virginia. Let's see, California again. Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Northeast Georgia. Brooklyn, Ohio. Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. Very nice. Let's see, Southeast Kansas, Lone Star State, which is obviously Texas. Alberta, Canada's in the house. Central Iowa. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Jacksonville, Florida. Greenville, Georgia. Frankfort, Illinois. Hale, Michigan. Wisconsin's in the house. West Virginia once again. Northeast Louisiana. Claremont, New Hampshire. Austin, Texas. Big Tussle, Maine. Bug Tussle, sorry. I thought it said big. Bug Tussle. That's a cool name. I like that, Mary Lap. Frankfort, Illinois. Madison, Minnesota. So, all over the place, guys. We're a huge, huge family, a huge network of people. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are the ones that truly, we got West Tennessee in the house. We're the ones that can make a difference. We can make a difference now by trying to educate people. We can make a difference after post-event, trying to help people to help themselves. Yatesville, Georgia's in the house. We have Virginia. Again, think about it now. They won't listen to us now, but when something happens, boy, they will be very attentive. Very, very attentive then. So hopefully, it doesn't come to that. I hope we're wrong. I don't believe that we will be wrong, but, I think that we need to try to be as diligent as we possibly can. Judy is from Edgewater, Florida. Glad to have you here, Judy. Ben and Breakfast. I like that name. From Virginia. So South Carolina's in the house. East Mississippi. So anyway, again, guys, like I said, we are truly the ones that can make a difference. I believe that we have been awoken, not woke, but awoken for a reason. I think that there's a purpose behind why we are awake. Because we're going to try to hopefully make a difference in helping people. Helicam, okay, hold on real quick. There she is. She's asleeping. She's been a busy girl. Saskatchewan, Canada's in the house. Very nice. So anyway, guys, I want to, thank you all for being here. I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. They are amazing. I really appreciate their support, and it's a big part of what we do in here, and they're a big part of that. So I want to thank them. I want to thank all of you for being here, because without you guys being here, I would not be here. So I do appreciate the support for that as well. So again, it is now. How about a kitty picture? I haven't got anything recent. I'll have to ask Heather. Actually, what I can show you. How about this one? Hold on a second, guys. I will show you something really quick. There is a picture of the new bedding and one of the chickens coming into the chicken coop. Heather just sent me that today. So that is that. So, yeah, so that's, so like I said, they got the chicken coop cleaned out today. So that was a good thing. So what are we at? We're at 483. We need 17 more thumbs up, guys. If you have not shot that thumbs up yet, let's do that. Let's get that up to 500 before we jump off of here. So anyway, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. We need to not let them divide us. They continue to divide us. It's a part of the game. It's part of the manipulation that continues to happen over and over and over again. Don't let them do that. Stay focused and you're going to be just fine. All right. They use religion. They use race. They use political affiliation. All right. Who cares what political affiliation you follow, right? But, it's how you treat people that makes a difference. And they also use the vax and the unvax. That's another game that is being played. That's the newest game. They're bad, we're good, all that nonsense. It's all nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, we all bleed red. We need to be working together. And so that's what we need to be focusing on. All right. Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is no guarantee. We never know what's going to happen in life. Try to live the best life that you possibly can. And yes, I had Biz on my list, Sue from Tampa, Florida. Yep, he was on my list. Um, but, treat people with dignity and respect. Tell the people that you care about how you feel every day because, like I said, again, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person, there's only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goals, and that's you, nobody else. If you stay positive, you stay away from negative people that want to bring you down and tell you what you cannot accomplish. Stay away from those people. They're not going to do anything positive for you. Set a goal, make it happen. It doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever your passion is. Pursue your passions, pursue your dreams. You can do it. All right. I believe in you. I really do. You can accomplish anything that you want to. So we got 501 thumbs up. So we got over 500. So that's awesome. Uh, you know, keep prepping, guys. Keep taking care of business. Stay diligent. Don't be distracted. Don't let them play those games with you. There's a lot of distractions going on. Focus on the things that you can control. Take care of your families, take care of your friends, and you're going to be okay. All right. Yep. Think positive. Stay away from those negative people. They just want to drag you down. I definitely separate myself from negativity. I don't want to be around it. I don't want those people. They just suck the life out of you, realistically. How was your birthday and how's your hand? My hand is much better. It is healing up really, really well. Thank you for asking. My birthday was very nice, very relaxing. Like I said, I did some gardening, and I like gardening. To me, I find gardening relaxing. And so, and I was happy to get more things in the ground. So that was a cool thing as well. All right. Listen, folks, be safe, take care of your business, and you'll be okay. All right. I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse One out for now. Still using the tape? Nope. Open to room air all the time now. Healing up good. All right. I'll see you later. Prepper Nurse One out for now.